Very good afternoon. So today we will discuss about the various web applications which are available on the cloud and what type of applications are available on the cloud. So in the previous class we discussed about the various platforms which are available to us. Means what type of web services what type of what are the web application frameworks or what type of um, web services which are available for us, web hosting services which are available to us, we have discussed. Now in this class we will discuss about the various web applications which are available. So see, what we can do here is when you are going to use an application on the cloud, you have many choices. The best is means what is the best one you are supposed to choose depends upon your requirement, because there are thousands of applications which are available to use. You can simply start using that. Okay, so your provider will have some applications for you in hand, and you are going to choose that application. And if suppose if any application is not available to you, then what you can do here is you can ask for your provider to ask your service provider to mm, have the application available to you so that you can use them. Or what you can do here is in some cases you can build up your own applications. So see, for example, post.com will allows you and other to create your own apps and then make them available for the others. Means for the post.com will help you is building up your own applications and then start using them. Okay, so already some applications will be created and you may be using that, or if not, you can ask your service, you can build up your own applications, or you can ask your service provider to provide you certain sort of applications. So some sample applications have been discussed here. So for instance, another big giant in the world of cloud computing, the Google, is offering you various types of applications for you. Okay, so these applications are available to you on the Google website, and of course, almost everyone nowadays are using this Google apps. So the Google Apps, which is a free service launched in August 2006, has a suite of applications which include the Gmail web service, the Google Calendar for sharing the calendar. You have a Google Talk for instant messaging, and Voice over Internet Protocol, and Startup for creating a customized homepage for a specific domain. So almost everybody is using this Google Apps, and under that you have this Google App Engine where you have the Gmail service, web services where you are using for the mailing services. You have the Google Calendar for sharing your calendar, and you have the Google Talk. It is like an instant messaging services. You is where you can forward. You can. It's like a chatting application which you are just now using your WhatsApp. So Google Talk, and also nowadays it is available you for you as a Google Duo. Okay, and voice or internet protocol, you can have the voice calls over that, and you have a status page for customizing the home page of a specific domain. So you can create any home page for a specific domain, and here more than 100 thousands of small businesses and hundreds of universities are using this Google. So you know that nowadays, now and then, most if you take some 100 people and if you ask them what is their mail ID, so I hope that more than 90% of people will answer that they are using this Gmail. So Google has provided you such an ease for using this using their applications. So it has a premium service called the Google App Premier Edition. So it has a unique feature. So Google also offers a premium service called Google Apps Premier Edition. So this Premier Edition is having an unique features of providing per user storage of 10 GB. See, at that time it was 10 GB, but nowadays it is almost 15 GB of data which is available to you. Okay, you can use it. Okay, and on request on some payment of a little amount per month or per year, you can have the more subscription, more amount of storage capability. And you have certain application program interfaces, APIs, for business integration. So you can integrate various applications here. Users have the provisioning single sign-on, means for a single sign-on you can have multiple business applications which are integrated, and you have mail gateways enable businesses to further customize the services for unique environments. Okay, so you have the several mailing gateways also, which enables the businesses to customize their service for unique environment. Next, you have an uptime of 99.9%. Means, see, Google is actually available for you up to 99.9%. For very weak connection of internet also, Google, we are able to access Google and we are able to open the Google pages. Okay, so the SLA for the high availability of Gmail with Google monitoring crediting customers, its service levels are met on. Means that Google is continuously monitoring whether the service level agreements are met or not, providing its users up to 99.9% of usage. And it has a support for critical issues. So 24 by 7 it is providing you as a customer support on telephone for administrators. Okay, so it is providing you the support, and also you have an advertising optional. So where you can advertising can be turned off by default, but the businesses can choose to include Google's relevant target-based ads if desired. If you want any target-based ads, also you can choose and you can use them. Okay. Next, further you have the low fee of annual fee, means simple and affordable annual fee of around 50,000 50 US dollars per user account per year. Make it very practical to offer these applications to everyone in an organization. Okay. Now, in addition to this Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Talk, and Start page, all the additions of Google apps also include Google Docs, spreadsheets, Gmail for mobile devices, and application level control. So Google Docs and spreadsheets there is. So for all, if anybody is having a Google account, apart from having their Google ID, Gmail, they can have this Google Docs and spreadsheets, and almost today many other applications with a single sign-on can be used, or you can access your YouTube or your Google Drive or any other. Say you go for any Google application, so you can have that available for you. Say for example, see here, lot of applications are available for you. For instance, to open a web page here. So if you open your mail account, so apart from having your Gmail, you have the Drive, the Docs, the spreadsheets, you have the slides, calendar, you have the chat, you have the Meet, Google Meet for you, the one which you are using right now. You have the Google Forms where you can create the forms, you can create the contacts and sites, and apart from that, you can have the Google Groups, you can have the YouTube, you have the maps, news, photos, translate. Okay, Hangouts, the Hangouts which is actually working as the Google Talk, where you can have the chatting thing, and you have the Google Duo which is actually used for video calling, etc. So a lot of things are being, a lot of applications are actually being included in this Google. Okay, apart from that, apart from that, now you have the Gmail for the mobile devices also. Mobile devices at that time, around in 2006, means around 15 years back, we have the BlackBerry phones on which you can access internet. But today, if we talk about the advanced technology, just now we have, so we all are using the smartphones, where on the smartphones you have the Google, this Gmail, where you can access it. You can have the Google apps which are built on your smartphones, which you can use them. Okay, and also the apps also can be used on your mobile devices, not only just BlackBerry, but if you have to now, because in the present generation, you can talk about the smartphones which you are using. Then you have the application level controls, allows the administrator to adopt services to the business policies, such as sharing calendars or documents outside the company. So what you can have the application level control, where the administrators can adopt the services to business policies, various business policies such as document sharing, means you can share the document, you can work on that document together, or you can work on the calendars and etc. So to provide more options and values to the customer, Google App Premium Edition, Google Enterprise Professional partners like Avia and Postini are developing a variety of solutions based on Google APIs, including email gateways, enhanced security, Google Calendar synchronization, third-party integration with Google Talk, as well as etc. Means a lot of things have been other companies have joined as a partners with the Googles like Avia and Postini, and they are developing their own applications. Means they are developing the applications, uh, including the email gateways, enhanced security, means enhancing the security, the Google Calendar synchronizations, okay, and third-party integration with the Google Docs, etc. Then we have the web APIs. So next is a number of APIs have been available for you. Okay, for building up your apps. That means already the predefined application program interfaces are available for you. What just you need to do that you need to connect them using a protocol. Okay, as per the rules and regulations, you can just connect to that applications. You can use those applications in your own in building upon your own applications. These already predefined applications are available to you. What you need to do simply is to start using those applications. Okay, like means when you're using the APIs and building up your apps, there are a number of different APIs which are available to you. Okay, and which one is depend upon your or your programmer skills and which company you can use for cloud services. So different cloud providers are use different kinds of APIs. So what are these API? Now, first of all, what is an API? It is an application program interface. Is a set of programming instructions and standards for accessing web-based programs. So to access an web-based program, it is a set of instructions and also the standard for accessing a web-based program. So companies release their APIs to the public so that the other software developers can design products that are powered by its service. Means what you can do here is a company is releasing their APIs to the public so that they can develop their products that are powered by its service. Means you can use those services which are provided by the company. For example, Amazon released its own API so that the websites developed could more easily access the information maintained on the Amazon website. So they have released their own web API there. So what you can do here is you can use their API through your application and you access the Amazon information. Okay, whatever the information which is placed on the Amazon website can be chosen. Okay, using this Amazon API, a third-party website can directly link to products on the Amazon site. So what you can do here, a third-party website can directly link that to the products on the website on the Amazon site. So you can see that, for example, in other applications also, this Amazon ads and products related to Amazon will be available to you. That's what is an API which is actually injected in other applications. So what you can do here is you can look for the information there, and from there you can direct to the Amazon website. So APIs allow one program to speak with another. This is the main important aspect of API. So one program is speaking to another program. So you have a set of instruction and standard for accessing that service. So in such a case, the one program is actually speaking to another program here. So one program is actually speaking to another program. So what does it mean? For example, if a program A is there and a program B is there, and if program B is offering some service, to avail that services, first of all, we should know how to use that service. Okay. So for example, if a program B is capable of returning the sum of two numbers, you should know how to invoke, how to give those how to give the two numbers to that particular program B so that we can get back the result. So there are not user interfaces. Using APIs, programs can speak to each other without user having to be involved. Now here, what is the speciality of API here is the programs will speak to one another. One program is speaking to one another. So you don't have any user interface. So those are interconnected to one another, and one program is actually speaking to another program. Okay. So for instance, see, when you're buying something on Amazon and enter your credit card information, Amazon uses an API to send your credit card information to the remote application that verifies, okay, whether your information is correct or not. See, this is a very best example. In case of API, see, one program is speaking to another program. You don't have, the user doesn't have any interaction with the interface. The user doesn't have anything. So what the user do is he will just provide the data, and internally one program is going to invoke another program. Here, a very beautiful example is given that when you are entering in credit card information, how does Amazon know? Means when you are buying some product on Amazon, and now you are entering your credit card information on Amazon. So how Amazon knows whether your credit card information is right or not? So what your Amazon program is going to do is here, there is another program which is going to verify the credit card information, and your information will be given to that another program through your API. So once it is given, a user as a see, once it is given, it will be verified and it will be returned back. So that's what it is here. So you have an API where it is given to, in the figure, if it is one program is actually interacting with another program through the API here. So an API is similar to software as service because software developers don't have to start from scratch even they write a program. Rather, they then build one program that does everything. Okay, the application can farm out those duties to other applications that do it better. There means you need not develop anything right from the scratch. Already the things have been built up. What you can simply do here is you can use that in your program, in your application. In the sense, for example, if some email or billing or tracking in a program is already written there. So what you can simply do here is you can just use it in your application because it is already been built, and then you can use it in your application. You can integrate it within your application. You can start using it. So how does APIs work? The next point of discussion is how the APIs work. Here is an example is given that the API, as an acronym says, that it is an interface that defines the way in which two things will communicate. So as I just told you how the two things are supposed to be communicated, okay, it will define. So with the API, the calls backs and forth are managed by the web services. Web services are the collection of standards including XML, the programming language that allows applications to communicate over the internet. So two things are communicated back and forth, and they are managed by the web services. So web services, or is web service, it is a collection of standards including the XML and the programming language itself which you are using to communicate over internet. XML is general purpose markup language. It describes the structure data in the way that both humans and computers can read and write. Okay, so the API is a piece of software code written as a series of XML messages, like one for the Google Maps. So here one example is given, which is written for the Google Maps. You can go through that particular code if you are aware of XML. So your programmers can use these APIs by the programming new or existing applications to generate the right XML messages to utilize the remote applications. So what the programmer can do, they can use these APIs by programming new or existing applications. So you can use your existing applications or new applications so that program generates a new XML messages to access to utilize the remote applications. So for example, for instance, if you wanted to archive emails on the cloud, you can use an API automatically send emails from your inboxes to the cloud archive. Okay, so this is automatically done. An example is given. So if you want to archive, if you want to store your emails on the cloud, what you can do here is there is an application which automatically sends your email from your inbox to your cloud archive. So companies that release their APIs usually do some part of a larger software development kit that includes the API, the programming tools, and documentation. So any company which is actually releasing an API do usually do so as a part of the larger software development kit. So which includes the API itself, the programming tools, and the documentation. So using the documentation, So you can use the tools to connect those APIs. APIs and web services are invisible to your users as they access the cloud. The whole purpose is to run silently in the background doing the job for which they are created. So here these are not visible. They are, as I told you, they are internally connected. When one program is talking to another program, so the user is not aware of that which program is actually accessing which another program. The job is done silently in the background, doing the where they have created. So XML is not only the standard that makes the API work here. Okay, other standards also includes the SOAP, the UDDI, and WSDL. So these are also the standards which are being used while creating the APIs. So the simple object access protocol encodes XML messages so that they can be received and understood by any operating system over any type of network protocol. So what SOAP is doing here is it is encoding the XML messages so that they can be received and understood by any operating system or any type of network protocol. Then you have the UDDI, the Universal Description Discovery and Integration. Okay, Universal Disk. So it is also an XML-based directory that allows the businesses to list themselves, find each other, and collaborate using the web services. So what it is a XML-based directory, so allowing the businesses to list themselves. Okay, so the businesses list themselves, find each other, and collaborate using the web services. Then you have the WSDL, the Web Service Description Language. So is the SOAP of UDDI. So this Web Service Services Description Language is an XML-based language that businesses use to describe the services in UDDI. Then you have the many API creators which are available to us. API creators which are available to us. So just I will speak about. Okay. It's fine. I'll do one thing. So I will continue from here in the next class. Okay, about all the API creators, the various API creators we have. Okay, then we'll talk about the various web browsers which are available for us. Okay, stop here.